lot of lessons that could be learned from a lot of people. 2 years ago, in 2008, Barack Obama, one could argue, did have a mandate. He had a lot of momentum. He had a lot of popularity. People, even on both sides of the aisle, after the election was over, were excited and refreshed about a fresh beginning and a new start. And the president himself conceded the day after Election Day, on November 3rd, that maybe he did not go about it as well as he should. And one of the things I think that was evident is they had total control. There was not divided government. People like divided government. And for the first time in 20 years here in Connecticut, we don't have divided government. And as I said to Governor-elect Malloy, I said, if we are going to work together, please heed those lessons. Because he does have a choice. He could completely ignore the minority party. A minority party who by representation represents over 1 million people in this state, over 1/3 of this state. He could choose to ignore him. But I think, as President Obama might advise him, if he does so at his peril. Because people aren't concerned with who's in the majority and who's in the minority. They want people to work together. So that's my hope. I think 4 years ago, Senator McKinney and I, as caucus leaders, felt that if we were going to be effective, even as the minority party in this building, that we needed to have a unity of message and a unity amongst our caucus. But where we coalesced around a common message was fiscal responsibility. And based on the rhetoric that we've heard in the campaign, Mark, it sounds as if Governor-elect Malloy certainly prides himself in being fiscally moderate and fiscally responsible. At some points he's even described himself as fiscally conservative. If that is the case, obviously we have some common ground, because that is also what we feel is certainly been our position and will continue to be.
Out of all this talk of bipartisanship that we're hearing today in early November, how many members of your caucus do you think will vote for tax increases next June?
How many?
How many, if any?
No idea. We haven't caucused that. But I can tell you, right, if I had to guess right now, and it was put before us right now, none. Because unless we could demonstrate, and to his credit, Governor-elect Malloy wants to start by at least defining what the problem is through GAAP. Unless we could demonstrate that we've attacked that problem. Look, we firmly believe, you guys have heard us say it, both Senator McKinney and I ad nauseum, we didn't cut anything. We never made a tough choice in the last 2 years. Until we start doing that, how could we even possibly talk about tax increases? We can't.
Would you vote against borrowing in the way we've borrowed the last 2 years?
We've done it before, we'll do it again. Vote against it, yes. Probably folks are sick of hearing it, but we're not sick of saying it. Common sense. You spend no more than you make, you borrow no more than you can afford to pay back. We got to realize that government is not the answer to everything. We have to cut various programs and initiatives that in better times we were able to do. We can't do it anymore, period.